click that real quick. Just go about, yeah, you're set there. Antonio Ducatelli to lead it off for the Norwich Unicorns. McHugh's first pitch is popped up. Underneath it there is Ducatelli. In play there for the left fielder, Byrne to put away. No problem for Jack Byrne, who had it played almost perfectly for the first out in the inning. So it'll bring up Trey Porter. His dad, Alan Porter, is a umpire at the Major League Baseball level. McHugh ahead of the batter, Trey Porter. No balls in, one strike with one away. There's a pitch up and in on his hands, fouled away. First base side, and the count is quickly no balls and two strikes to Porter. It's the second strikeout of the night for Teo Spadaccini. Spadaccini so far this summer, 7 innings pitched, an ERA over 10, trying to bring that number back down and off to a sensational start here in this outing. The 1-0 pitch on its way is taken for a called strike. Three, 4, and 5 due up here this inning for the Road Warriors. And there's ball 2. Sails upstairs to the batter Muzio, who's at first base here today. The 2-1 pitch from Spadaccini. This is upstairs, and the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. For Spadaccini, only 2 walks issued so far this summer to 5 strikeouts, but in danger of walking Muzio in a 3-ball count. The 3-1 pitch is belted over to second. There's a sliding grab from Irizarry's throw over to first in plenty of time. We'll see if we can run that one back. No, we'll stay away from that here tonight. But Alex Irizarry shows off the glove. That's why Quinnipiac is excited to welcome him back to his home state here this summer. What an effort to keep that from leaking out into right field for the second out in the inning. So the Quinnipiac transfer, Irizarry, helps Teo Spadaccini spot his second out in the inning. The batter now for the Road Warriors is their shortstop, Rowan Massey. Spadaccini looking in for the sign in a 2-0 count. Some count leverage there for the batter Massey, and it's a called strike. The breaking ball working well so far for Spadaccini in this outing. Was able to record a punch out earlier to set down Posse, and there is ball 3. So another 3-ball count here in the inning. It is 3 balls and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting shortstop Rowan Massey. The 3-1 pitch from Spadaccini, taken for a called strike on the inside corner, and Massey couldn't believe it. Massey, a big kid, the shortstop, 6'1", 190, attending Old Dominion. Manchester, Connecticut native is going to take ball 4. So there's the first walk issued in the outing from Spadaccini after being bailed out earlier by Alex Irizarry for that second out. There's a 2-out base runner for the Road Warriors. It will bring up Tommy Goonan. Spadaccini waiting for the sign from Belle-Isle. And the pitch to Goonan. He's called a ball, borderline pitch. Goes the way there of the batter Goonan. The pitch to Goonan, cut on and missed. Took a hearty cut there at the off-speed pitch. And the count is even. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Goonan entering play, 5 for his first 13, batting .385 so far this summer. Oh my, that was right in on the hands. Looked like it clipped him, but we're going to see if they're going to say that it hit that bat first, and it just might have caught right underneath the knob. That's a tough spot for a batter to try and do anything with it. Trying to just get out of the way there was Goonan, and it's going to be strike 2 in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 away. Spadaccini's pitch is taken outside, and the count is even, 2-2. Good looking pitch there from Teo, and a better eye though from the batter Tommy Goonan, the designated hitter, looking to try and prolong the inning. Spadaccini ready on 2-2. It is taken down low, and the count is run full. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Goonan so far this summer, 3 runs batted in with 3 walks. He's been punched out 4 times. Here's the second consecutive full count. The payoff pitch from Teo Spadaccini on its way. The runner in motion. Taken. Strike 3 called. Paints the outside corner, and that will cap the inning. Teo Spadaccini with his 3rd punch out in the ball game. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th here in Norwich, and guess who's going to lead it off? Christian Stratus will. And why don't we take a look at the brilliant night Christian Stratus had for the Norwich Unicorns in that series finale victory over the Vermont Lake Monsters. 4-for-4 ball game. He was locked in at the plate. Really said that his timing was locked in that outing. 3 base hits, a double, 4 runs batted in for the designated hitter yesterday, Christian Stratus, who's over at 3rd today. And again, just really felt like he had his timing locked in. Faced 3 different relievers in that outing, but again, was just able to come through in the clutch for this Norwich team and was able to square up all kinds of baseballs in that winning effort for these Norwich Unicorns. He was the player of the game yesterday on Education Day. There's a look back at his night. And there is how that night would wrap up for Teo Spadaccini, and certainly his teammates enjoying all of that. And there's are the final numbers for Christian Stratus. 4-for-4, 4 RBIs. He leads the team in batting average now, 440, 1,041 OPS, a slugging percentage over 500. Those are video game-like numbers for Christian Stratus. He's going to lead it off for the Norwich Unicorns. Well, just as in his walk-up song reads, a bandit at the plate was Christian Stratus yesterday. Right in the highway, rocking the bus. He was on base 5 times last game in that 4-for-4 performance. Also drew a walk. First pitch he sees misses. Is a called strike, and it's no balls and 1 strike to Stratus, and he's quickly behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Not too happy about the call, and the outside breaking ball ruled a strike. It's quickly 0-2. Stratus attending the University of Alabama at Birmingham when he returns in the fall, and there is ball 1. So that one just narrowly missed, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Due up for Norwich, Ducatelli and Trey Porter will follow, and the count now is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the batter, Christian Stratus. McHugh looking to try and solve Stratus here. 2-2 to the 3rd baseman Stratus. In on his hands, barreled up foul. Got to look out there at the Road Warriors dugout, and that's why they got that protective fence with the netting in front. Everyone appears to be all right over there. And the count is still even, 2-2. Someone had vacated the Road Warrior dugout to find that foul ball. McHugh ready on 2-2 upstairs, and the count is full. So from no balls and 2 strikes, Stratus has worked the count full. It is 3-2. McHugh on 3-2 to Stratus. In on his hands, popped him up. And Muzio underneath it for out number 1. It was a nice battle there between Christian Stratus and McHugh, but ultimately it's the pitcher Owen McHugh able to put away Stratus for out number 1 in the 4th. It'll bring up Antonio Ducatelli. Ducatelli so far this summer batting .222. It's his 5th appearance with the Norwich Sea Unicorns in the Futures League. And there is a called strike. Just a hair outside, but it's going to go the way of McHugh, so it's a no ball, 1 strike count. The lefty Ducatelli against the righty McHugh. There's a pitch, twisted foul, third base side. And another 2 strike count here for McHugh to try and operate with. Against the batter, Antonio Ducatelli. Ducatelli attending Central Connecticut State University. McHugh ready on no balls and 2 strikes. Taken, called strike 3. Ducatelli in disbelief at the 3rd strike call. It looked a little upstairs, but McHugh's going to get the benefit of the call for out number 2 in the inning. So it'll bring up Trey Porter with 2 outs in the inning. The pitch there from McHugh. This one is bounced foul by the batter, Trey Porter, who's in center field. McHugh so far this summer, it's his 2nd outing. He's worked 6 innings in his first start. 4.50 ERA coming into play for McHugh. On 0-1, Porter line shot, headed back into center field, and able to range back there just shy of the warning track is the center fielder Brett Baker to retire Porter, and that is how the inning will end. A 1-2-3 inning for Owen McHugh out there on the mound. It's a 1-0 Norwich lead headed to the 5th. Thirsty Thursday rolling right along here. You're watching it live on the Futures League Baseball Network and live on YouTube on SNSN.
That is one correct. We got one more chance here. We need to get this one right to win that prize. Do we have that song?
Welcome back here to Dodd Stadium. Just out of the name of that tune. First pitch swinging, it's a fair ball. It's down the left field line. Extra bases on the way for Fitzgibbons. And the throw is in plenty of time to second base. He is out. Gone down at second. There was the leadoff hitter in the inning, the catcher, Jake Fitzgibbons, trying to show off his wheels, but a better play out there by Antonio Ducatelli. He's going to get the outfield assist on a strike thrown to the second base bag to retire Fitzgibbons. That looked to be a sure double down the left field line. It was belted well out of the reach of Christian Stratus, but Ducatelli able to cut it down. Great route efficiency there for the first out in the inning. Count quickly, 2 balls and no strikes to the right fielder, Jack Finnegan. On 2-0, pitch to Finnegan misses downstairs, and it is 3 balls and no strikes. Finnegan listed as a utility player on this Road Warrior roster, attending St. Lawrence University. Another one of the Milton, Massachusetts natives on this roster. We'll watch strike 1. Pass right down the heart of the plate. He was going to force Matteo Spadaccini to fire a strike before he pulls the bat here. And the 3-1 pitch is tapped foul right into his own dugout. Friendly fire, and the count is run full. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Spadaccini's been quite a competitor out on the mound here in this outing. One to remember so far for the youngster Spadaccini. The 3-2 pitch is taken upstairs for ball 4. Just the second walk issued in the ball game for Spadaccini. And it will bring up the center fielder, Brett Baker. Baker in center field here today. The runner is going. That's Finnegan on his way, and the throw is not in time. Belisle trying to gun down the runner, Finnegan, who was trying to make that stolen base. It's a successful one. And the Road Warriors have themselves a runner in scoring position here with just 1 out. An extended secondary lead there for Finnegan, who drew that walk, quickly advanced into scoring position. So we'll see how Spadaccini is able to work. First runner in scoring position so far for the Road Warriors in the ball game, and the 2-0 pitch sails upstairs, and the count is quickly 3-0 to the center fielder, Baker. Baker so far this summer hitting just .118. And that swipe bag for Finnegan is his as far as stolen bases are concerned, his second stolen base of the summer. Make that 3, and there is now back-to-back walks offered by Spadaccini. This is going to bring out head coach Kevin Murphy. So some traffic on the base pass for Spadaccini, looking in for the sign. The runner is going. And now a snap throw down to first. They have him wrapped up. There's the second out in the inning. Dart thrown there by Belisle over to first to set down Brett Baker. And now it's Finnegan who has his second stolen base in the inning. He's at third. So how about that? Belisle able to just slow the ball game down to record that second out in the inning. A chance here for Spadaccini to try and get out of it, trying to backhand the ball. Stratus' throw across the diamond is a good one. It is in time, and the inning is over. Christian Stratus with a rocket across the diamond to end the inning. And Norwich able to preserve their 1-0 lead, headed to the bottom of the 5th. What execution defensively there. Christian Stratus doing it at both ends of the field here so far this homestand. And Norwich able to keep their lead intact, headed to the bottom of the 5th next on the Futures League Baseball Network. Wait, so we already showed the broadcast intro and Stratus, right?
Yeah. What do we have left? Kitchen and bagging them?
Yeah.
Okay, let me drag it over to that.
He's not playing today.
Okay, well, let me play this and get ready for the next one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for your senior boys, the catcher, Chase Belisle.
So the catcher, Chase Belisle, to bat for Norwich. after a defensive gem of an inning by the Sea Unicorns. Started out by Belle throwing a dart to the first base bag to set down Baker. It was caught leaning on that double steal as Finnegan had swiped the third base bag, the second stolen base in that inning. And then Christian Stratus with one of his own to rob extra bases of Nick Pappas for that final out in the inning. So Norwich still has a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. As the catcher Belle Isle in a 0-2 hole to pitcher McHugh. And that one misses downstairs, and the count is 1-2 strikes. Belle Isle looking for his first hit of the summer with Norwich in his third plate appearance. Count is 1-2 in the favor of McHugh. He's ready. The 2-strike offering is fouled back up over our heads here behind home plate, and the count will remain 1-2. Belle Isle, the righty batter, 5'10", 175. See what he can do in a 1-2 count to McHugh. Here comes the pitch on its way, swung on and bounced over too short. Fielded cleanly there by Massey. His throw in time to set down Belle Isle for the first out in the inning. Norwich, 4 hits so far in this ball game. Just 2 for the Road Warriors. It's been a pitching duel here tonight on Thirsty Thursday. Isaiah Walker to the plate, the designated hitter in the 9 spot. 8-9-1 for Norwich here this inning. Aggressive Walker first pitch. That one is popped out of play. Back about 3 rows back in that tarp bag. Just beyond the Sea Unicorn dugout. Closer to their bullpen. And McHugh working ahead once again.
Great shot, Ryan. Great shot. You have the money right there. Get your kids.
McHugh ready. The 0-1 offering taken right over the heart of the plate, and the count is quickly 0-2. See what Walker can do in the 2-strike count. Lunges after it and pokes it foul. And it will remain no balls and 2 strikes to Isaiah Walker, who's attending Southern Connecticut State University, Yonkers, New York native. McHugh ready on 0-2. That one skips in the dirt. Trying to block it there was the catcher, Fitzgibbons. Was able to keep that one in front of him. Owen McHugh, a rising sophomore out of Williams College. Another NESCAC school being represented here today. And there's another pitch fouled away up in the hands of Walker. McHugh has been riding his fastball up and in to these righty batters, trying to keep them off balance here at the plate. The count is 1-2 strikes to Isaiah Walker. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a hard hit ball right to the second baseman, Pappas, for the second out in the inning. That was a good approach there from Walker, who was trying to knock it the opposite way. He was protecting there with 2 strikes. That'll bring up Anthony Tirado. Tirado singled to center field his last time up. And the pitch from McHugh, that one is ripped into right field. It's the second base hit of the ball game for Anthony Tirado. Another multi-hit night for Tirado here this season. Picks up right where he left off, and Norwich has themselves a 2-out base runner.
Second baseman, Alex Irizarry.
So it'll bring up the the left-handed batter, Alex Irizarry. Speaking of things that are right, that's where he hit the ball last time. It was a deep fly ball out to right field. Finnegan able to make that play on it to rob Irizarry of extra bases. But for all that, Alex has gotten the job done defensively. Had a real nice play. A sliding grab over at second base to take away an extra base hit a couple of innings ago. First time we've seen Irizarry at second here this summer. We've seen him on the left side of the infield coming into play here today, and there's a pitch fouled away. In motion there was Torado, who already has a stolen base here in this ball game. He's got 7 now on the season. Plenty of speed for Norwich on the base pass, but Irizarry trying to protect here in a 2-strike count. McHugh well ahead of Irizarry, and there's a pitch that was captured nicely by Fitzgibbons, preventing that one from going all the way out to the backstop. Toronto been running for a while. Like the pitch might have just slipped out of the hands of McHugh. And there's a check over there at the runner, Toronto, and he's back in safely just in the nick of time. He was leaning towards that second base bag, and McHugh got that little peek over there at him and decided to try and throw him out. Trying to keep close tabs on Toronto. And the pitch to Irizarry, it is bounced over to second. Oh, it ate up Papas, and he's not going to have a play anywhere. So Alex Irizarry is going to reach on the air, committed by the Road Warriors second baseman, and the inning will continue. The top of the order making some noise here in the 5th with a pair of outs. It'll bring up the right fielder, Brennan Hyde. Hyde last time had an RBI base hit into center field to get Norwich onto the scoreboard. He's the difference right now in the ball game and can really open this thing up with a couple of runners on and 2 outs. Toronto at second, Irizarry at first. They're both going. The throw to third is not in time. Toronto underneath the tag. He's got his second stolen base of the ball game. Irizarry in scoring position. He's at second. It was a straight double steal for Norwich. And they have runners at second and third. It's a 1-0 count to Brennan Hyde. If the inning continues, Ryan Grace would come up. He's the cleanup hitter. The 1-0 pitch from McHugh. Foul tipped into the glove of Fitzgibbons. Norwich looking to add on here. The 1-1 offering misses outside. And the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Irizarry's third stolen base of the summer. That's him at second. The pitch to Hyde misses outside, and the count moves to 3-1. McHugh in danger of walking the bases loaded here in the 5th. Norwich looking to add on some into this lead, and they're going to have a golden opportunity to do so. It's a 5-pitch walk to Brennan Hyde, and there is head coach Brendan Morrissey, the manager for the Road Warriors. He's at the top step. He's going to come out to the mound for a visit here, try and bring back Owen McHugh into the strike zone and try and refocus him. Norwich has them loaded with 2 outs in the inning. They've done all of it with 2 outs. It all began on a base hit to right, and then an error committed by the second baseman, Papas, has opened the door for Norwich. For Ryan Grace, who has been a saving grace for this team time and time again, is going to get a chance to bat here. The reigning Unicorn Player of the Week can break this ball game open with 1 big swing of the bat. Stratus on deck if the inning continues. Brennan Hyde at first, Irizarry at second, and Torado at third. McHugh looking to get out of the jam here unscathed. And there's ball 1 offered to Grace. Grace so far this summer, 6 RBIs. There was a big swing, and there was Torado. He was almost halfway down the third baseline. There's no throw down there by the catcher, Fitzgibbons. That's assistant coach Noah Plantamiro over at first, talking things over with Hyde. And Kyle Dombrowski, the third base coach. Big cut and a miss there from Grace. Comes up empty. And the door cracked open here for McHugh to get out of the jam without any damage being done. Grace trying to break this game open here with one swing of the bat. The 1-2 pitch outside for ball 2. And the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away in the home half of the 5th. And time is called there by Grace. Trying to reset himself. He's going to strap his batting gloves a little bit more firm. There's some movement in the Sea Unicorn bullpen. So we'll see if that's going to be the end of the road for Teo Spadaccini or if he's going to return to the mound in the 6th. He's worked 5 innings here today. He's allowed 2 hits and 4 strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch is lifted foul. This is go over our heads and out of play, and we'll do it all over again. Grace not wanting to go anywhere. Right now he's trying to make the challenge a little bit more difficult for McHugh, who's really had to work hard in this inning, especially with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch from McHugh is cut on and missed. Strike 3, and the inning is over. Norwich threatens. They had them loaded, but they come up empty. Headed to the 6th at Dodd Stadium on Thursday. Unicorns holding a 1-0 lead. You're watching coverage of Futures League Baseball, streaming live on the FCBL Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Radio. That one out there. Was it not a... There we go. I'm ready. New pitcher in the ball game for the Norwich Unicorns. They will hand it over to left-handed reliever A.J. Rooks. He's into the ball game for Norwich. And for Rooks, it's been a while since he's appeared in a ball game for the Norwich Unicorns. It's his third appearance of the summer. He's worked 2 innings so far for the Unicorns. His last outing came on May 27th against the Nashua Silver Knights, where he worked an inning in relief. ERA flatlined right at 0. First pitch swinging, it's a shallow fly ball, and racing in on it is the center fielder Trey Porter to retire the leadoff hitter in the inning, Jack Byrne. So quick work done there by A.J. Rooks. And it will bring up the third baseman, Andrew Posey. And the first pitch of this plate appearance misses downstairs. Offer there by A.J. Rooks. Rooks attending Eastern Connecticut State University. And there's a pitch that misses upstairs. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. A native of Coventry, Connecticut, rising junior, 6'2", 185 for Rooks. And there is ball 3, a little overthrown fastball. So Rooks in danger of walking the third baseman, Posey. Norwich looking to hold on to this 1-run lead. The 3-0 pitch catches the upper edge of the strike zone, and the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Back on the lip of the grass are the Norwich middle infielders once again. Rooks has assigned the 3-1 pitch, called a strike right at the top of the zone, framed perfectly by Belisle. And the count has run full. So from 3-0, the count has moved to 3-2 to Posey. Pitch to Posey, bounced right back up the middle. It's into center field, right underneath the glove of A.J. Rooks. It's a 1-out base hit for Andrew Posey. And they have themselves a runner aboard here for the first baseman, Joe Muzio. Lefty-lefty matchup here between Muzio and Rooks. First pitch swinging, it is hammered out to right field, deep at the wall. It is gone. Joe Muzio with a towering 2-run home run over the right field wall. It's 3:09 to right field, and Muzio has given his team a 2-1 lead. One big swing of the bat on a hanging breaking ball, and Muzio covered all of it. And the Road Warriors have taken their first lead of the ball game on just their 4th hit of the night. Brand new ball game here at Dodd Stadium. Well, Muzio, one of the dangerous hitters in the league. Second best batting average coming into play. He was hitting .438. Certainly can change the complexion of a game. It's just his first home run of the summer, but there's RBIs 5 and 6 to give the Road Warriors a 2-1 lead. The next batter up in the inning is their shortstop, Rowan Massey. There's a called strike, dotted on the outside corner. Rooks looking to bounce back here after surrendering the 2-run home run. Rooks ready. And there is strike 2, pounded into the strike zone. Covering that outside corner. Just paints the outer black. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the batter, Rowan Massey. The 1-2 pitch misses downstairs, and the count moves to 2-2. Massey, so far this summer, hitting .333. The count has run full. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just the 3rd game of the summer for Massey, who is for his first 6 plate appearances before he began play today. The full count pitch from Rooks, lifted foul, first base side. Grace chasing after it. He's going to run out of real estate. Bounces about 7-8 rows back on the first base side. Norwich has a reliever loosening in their bullpen. It's a right-handed reliever. Rooks right now trying to just keep the game where it is. Count still remains full. 3-2 to Massey. Cut on and miss. Strike 3. Big cut and a miss there. And there's the second out in the inning. Nice bounce back there from A.J. Rooks after surrendering that home run. Has himself out number 2. And the gate cracked open here to get out of the inning. It's the designated hitter, Tommy Goonan. Rooks ready. And there's a pitch that bounces in the dirt. Fielded nicely there by Belisle, who's been under duress in this ballgame. He's been working hard, trying to build some chemistry with this Sea Unicorn pitching staff. And the 1-0 pitch right up and in on his hands, and the count is run even. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Goonan, a .385 hitter for the Road Warriors. Only 1 extra base hit, 3 runs batted in. On 1-1 to Goonan. That one squeaks right behind the catcher Belisle, and the count moves to 2-1. Rooks certainly has electric stuff. With his fastball, can really dial it up, see what he wants to do, and a 2-1 count. Here's the sweeper, and that one misses downstairs, and the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. If the inning continues, Jake Fitzgibbons is on deck. The 3-1 pitch. There's a bouncing ball. Rooks leaps to field it, and his throw to Grace right on time. And the inning is over, but not before a 2-run home run off the bat of Joe Muzio has given the Road Warriors a lead, headed to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 for the visitors. You're watching Futures League Baseball, streaming live on the FCBL Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Radio. I'm ready when you are. You ready? New pitcher in the ball game for the Road Warriors. They will hand the ball over to right-handed reliever Inger Paulino, number 7 for the Road Warriors. So he's now into the ball game. This first test is going to come against Christian Stratus. And there's the first pitch into the bottom corner of the strike zone for first pitch strike. There's a fly ball lifted foul first base side. It is carrying and it's going to bounce into the seats. Sound of play, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. So Norwich looking to respond after surrendering the lead in the top of the inning. Norwich hasn't scored since the bottom of the third. That's how the game and the scoring started. There's a fly ball off the bat of Christian Stratus, tailing into right field. And roaming in to make the play out there in right field is Finnegan for the first out in the inning. Stratus gave it a ride out there to right field, but Finnegan able to cut it down in fair territory. It'll bring up the left fielder Antonio Ducatelli. Well, these two teams, despite how new this matchup is, Road Warriors and Norwich, no strangers to playing tight ball games. It was a 1-run decision on the home opener. That was on May 25th, and it was the Road Warriors who were able to spoil that opening day for Norwich at home after unveiling the 2023 championship banner out there in right center field. 1-0 the count, and it quickly moves to 2 balls and no strikes to Ducatelli on the offering from Inger Paulino. Just way upstairs. Defense at standard depth along the infield. Paulino ready in the 2-0 pitch, taken for a called strike on the inside corner. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike to the Sea Unicorn left fielder Antonio Ducatelli. On deck for the Sea Unicorns is Trey Porter. He's the center fielder tonight. Swinging that time is Ducatelli, and that one is crushed foul. Third base side, and the count is run full. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ducatelli so far this summer playing in just his 5th game, batting .222. Back into the lineup. Last played against the Brockton Rocks. There's a big swing and a miss for strike 3. Ducatelli is punched out by Paulino for the second out in the inning. And it'll bring up the center fielder, Trey Porter. Porter 0 for 1 so far in the ball game. He flew out to center field last time up. See what he can do against the reliever, Inger Paulino. His first pitch, a breaking ball, drops into the strike zone nicely, and he's ahead, no balls in, 1 strike. McHugh in line for a victory in this ball game if the Road Warriors are able to keep this ball game where it is. And the offering to Porter is up and in, high and tight. And the count is back even. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. It was a brilliant outing for Teo Spadaccini, who worked 5 scoreless innings, allowing just 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, A big cut and a miss there from Porter. And he's going to have to protect on 2 strikes. So the count is 1-2. See what Paulino wants to do. And a 1-2 count to Porter. The 1-2 pitch misses upstairs. Overthrown fastball evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's the first outing of the summer for Paulino. Gonna make it a good one. Count even, 2-2 with 2 away. The breaking ball out in front of it that time was Porter. It's foul out of play on the first base side. Might have caught the top of the press box here. And we'll do it all over. Paulino ready in the stretch. 2-2 count once again. Cut on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts from a right-handed reliever, Anger Paulino, to keep the Norwich offense in check. It's a 2-1 lead for the visitors headed to the 7th inning. This game rolling right along here on Thirsty Thursday at Dodd Stadium. You're watching Futures League Baseball streaming live on the SCBL Network and live on YouTube on SNSN Radio. I don't really like flash. It looks kind of weird. I use that more for like replay. Okay. So that now we're cutting to a replay. Yeah. Like I think like dissolve and swipe are better for like a highlight clip. Yeah. I hear you. Ready? Catcher Jake Fitzgibbons will lead off the inning for the Road Warriors. A.J. Rooks back out there, but there's some action in that Norwich bullpen. No one really loosening, but a couple of relievers at least walking around over there. We'll see what Coach Murphy wants to do as this game rolls along. Rooks' offering is cut on and missed by the catcher Fitzgibbons, who was out trying to extend a single into a double. Nice play by Antonio Ducatelli in left field to retire Fitzgibbons, who was headed for extra bases. Rooks' 1-0-1 pitch misses upstairs, and they count back even. 1 ball and 1 strike. 7, 8, and 9 here for the Road Warriors in the top of the 7th. This game began at 6:30 local time. Just about an hour and 35 minutes into the action, and we're into the back third of this one. Road Warriors with the big swing from Joe Muzio is the difference in this ball game. His 2-run home run in the top of the 6th has given them a 1-run advantage. And it's been dominant pitching from the Road Warriors, begun by their starter, Owen McHugh. Surrendered just 1 run in his start. Nice work out of the bullpen from Inger Paulino, who's attending Assumption University, and there is ball 4. It's a 5-pitch walk to the catcher, Fitzgibbons, to begin the inning. And it'll bring up Jack Finnegan, the right fielder. Oh, quickly trying to get loose is a Norwich reliever. It's Aiden Baglino, the catcher, who's catching him in the bullpen. On the first base side and checking in is A.J. Rooks on the runner, Fitzgibbons. Rooks looking to try and take care of Finnegan here. Double play still in order. And there is ball one. So some early command trouble for Rooks in the inning. His first 6 of 7 pitches have missed the strike zone. Norwich looking to hold the ball game where it is. Allow the offense a chance when they come up. There's a pitch fired into the strike zone on the outside corner, and the count is back even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Finnegan, 5'8", 173, is the lone utility player. He plays around the diamond for this Road Warrior team, and a big wave and a miss for strike 2. Finnegan tonight in right field for the Road Warriors. Plenty of athleticism on this team for head coach Brendan Morrissey. The 1-2 pitch, wave and a miss. The throw down to first, not in time. But punched out, there is Finnegan for the first out in the inning. And it'll bring up the center fielder, Brett Baker. So Norwich still an opportunity to get out of this inning without any damage. Double play still intact. A lot tougher to try and steal a base against a lefty reliever. Have to pick your spot if you're going to try and do that. That's the catcher Fitzgibbons, who runs well. We saw that on display earlier. Even though he was nabbed out at the second base bag, trying to extend that single into a double. Certainly believes in his running abilities. See what they're going to do with that base runner. There's a fly ball lifted into center field. It's going to fall down. Porter will handle it on a hop, and we'll fire it back into the infield. So runners at first and second for the Road Warriors, looking to make the action happen here in the late innings. Their offense has slowly come alive. And out comes manager Kevin Murphy. This might be the end of the road for A.J. Rooks. He's making the signal down to the bullpen. New pitcher coming in for Norwich when we come back. It's a 2-1 lead for the Road Warriors, and they're threatening. Runners at first and second don't go anywhere. Pitching change being made by the Sea Unicorns. And Norwich, as of late, their pitching staff certainly has been dialed in, and we'll give you a closer look at exactly what we are talking about with this Sea Unicorn pitching staff as it comes up for you on your screen. In the outing it was yesterday for Tim Lewis, who began the ball game for the Sea Unicorns. He went 4 2/3 innings, didn't get the victory, but 69% of his pitches were for strikes, allowed just 1 earned run on 4 hits. And then Gavin Hawks was able to seal the deal for the Sea Unicorns, 4 1/3. A long relief role there for Gavin Hawks in that victory for the Norwich Sea Unicorns. 4 strikeouts of his own. His only blemish in the ball game was that home run he allowed to Wyatt Patchett in the 9th inning, but he was dominant. He has electric stuff. And the back end of this Norwich bullpen is going to be taxed here, looking to get out of the jam unscathed. It was certainly a night to remember yesterday on Education Day for the Sea Unicorns. New pitcher in the ball game is Giovanni Conti, and he has been one of the most reliable arms in this Norwich bullpen. There's been plenty of options to go to. He is fully rested, is Giovanni Conti. He's the new pitcher in the ball game for the Sea Unicorns. Conti attending UConn, Albany, New York native. Rising sophomore, 5'11", 175. Conti so far this summer, this is going to be his 4th appearance with the Sea Unicorns. 6 innings worked, an ERA right on the button at 0. He has been electric. 1-0 record, 7 punch-outs. Has only allowed just 1 walk. trusted arm has come into this ball game, and Giovanni Conti talking to him, pretty happy about what his college baseball team is doing right now. UConn advancing to the Super Regionals after upsetting Oklahoma earlier in the week. 7 former Norwich Unicorns on that UConn team. So Nick Pappas, the second baseman, will lead it off against Giovanni Conti. Runners stand at first and second for the Road Warriors, looking to try and extend their lead. Conti looking to hold it where it is. His first pitch of the ball game misses downstairs, and the count is 1-0. See what Conti's going to do here to the leadoff hitter, Pappas. And there is ball 2. Conti trying to get back into the strike zone in short order here. Not a lot of room to work. Only a base open here. And only 1 out in the inning. A big cut and a miss. Conti back into the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Conti taking a look back down at the runner, and his 2-1 pitch catches the outside corner. And the count has moved even. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Conti last appeared on Sunday against the Brockton Rocks. Worked 2 1/3 innings in that outing. Gave up nothing. And there's a pitch right off the end of the bat. It's going to be a long run out there in right field. It's going to fall in. It's a fair ball. 1 run coming in to score the plate, and the Unicorns have him out at the plate. Oh, what a BB of a gun out there in right field by Brennan Hyde to erase that run from coming in to score. The second outfield assist of the ball game. This time it's from the right fielder, Brennan Hyde. Both corner outfielders have been locked in here defensively, and they have shown their cannons. Huge out at the plate for the second out in the inning. It was a nice piece of hitting there by the leadoff hitter, Pappas. He's got his first hit of the ball game. He's at first, runners at the corners. Norwich has the door cracked open to get out of the jam. That's just the second hit allowed all summer by Giovanni Conti. Bailed out by Brennan Hyde, and a chance to get out of it. He'll try and deal with Jack Byrne, the left fielder here tonight for the Road Warriors. Count has moved even. 1 ball and 1 strike to the lefty Byrne. Righty-lefty matchup here. Conti going with all his best stuff right now. Try and get out of the jam. Had a pair of inherited base runners. And there's a big wave and a miss for strike 2. Dialed it up on his fastball on the inside corner. And a chance to get out of it here. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 away. Everyone on the top step of the dugout on both sides. The 1-2 pitch is sliced foul. And the runner was going. Pappas was in motion there. Belial has been an excellent catcher defensively here in his Unicorn debut. He's come up with some nice plays. Really plays his position quite well. Count remains 1-2. The offering on its way. Cut on and miss. Strike 3. Giovanni Conti gets out of the jam with a huge strikeout to set down Jack Byrne, headed to the bottom of the 7th. Norwich trailing by just a run. You're watching Norwich Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and live on YouTube on SN Radio. Welcome back to Norwich. Bottom of the 7th. Anger Paulino still in the ball game. Product of Assumption University. Dudley, Massachusetts native. Attended Putnam Sciences High School. And, excuse me, it's not Anger Paulino, excuse me, so my apologies. That is not the reliever in the ball game for the Road Warriors. We will get that checked here in a moment. First pitch is taken for a first pitch ball by catcher Belle-Isle. Chase Belle-Isle to lead it off for the Unicorns. Two balls and one strike to Belle-Isle. Norwich trying to get back into this ball game and even things up. And the 2-1 pitch, it's lifted towards right field. It's falling in a hurry, and able to make the play on it is the right fielder, Finnegan. It was tailing towards that right field line. And there's the first out in the inning. Road Warriors 3-2 so far in their first 5 games. There is a bouncing ball over to second, handled there by Pappas. Just throwing plenty of time to retire the second out in the inning. That was Isaiah Walker. Back to the top of the order for Anthony Tirado, who is 2 for 3 tonight. Meeting at the mound here, and that's going to be the end of the road for the Road Warriors reliever here in the ball game. That was number 7 for them, who unfortunately I do not see listed on their roster at the moment, but yes, that was Anger Paulino. So Paulino, who actually was listed as an outfielder on this team, which I did have. That's what was so confusing. Listed as an outfielder, came into pitch, so we had it correct. He is out of Assumption University. Nice outing in relief, but they're going to make a call to the bullpen. So it's not the first time you see something like that. But he did his job for the Road Warriors. New pitcher in the ball game for the Road Warriors is number 1, Dominic Monico. We'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. 2-1 lead for the Road Warriors. Home half of the 7th. Norwich still batting with 2 outs in the inning. Welcome back to Norwich. 2 outs in the inning for the leadoff hitter, Anthony Tirado.
Batting the shortstop, Anthony.
The Unicorn shortstop here today, as Norwich looks to try and battle back. Dominic Monaco now in the ball game for the Road Warriors. See what Norwich can do here with 2 outs in the inning. First offering from Monaco. That one is hammered deep to right field out at the warning track. It's going to be caught out there, and the inning is over. It was a good ride out there by Tirado, but a better play by Finnegan to end the inning. Headed to the 8th, 2-1 lead for the Road Warriors. On Thursday, you're watching coverage of Futures League Baseball, streaming live on the FCBL Network and live on YouTube on SN Radio.
Potato sack. And the first one across.
Yeah, you did perfect.
Will be our winner of a hot dog. 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off the ball. Look at this. We're off to a really good start here. Oh, that was quick. We've got our winner of a hot dog. Thank you to both Sonny and Colson for playing.
Top of the 8th inning here on Thursday at the ballpark. Third baseman Andrew Posse will lead it off for the Road Warriors, clinging to a 1-run lead. Giovanni Conti still out there. Had a big strikeout to end the threat in the 7th. His first pitch fastball, as advertised, catches the outside corner for a first pitch strike. Conti showing what he's capable of with some of his best stuff in this outing. There's the big breaking ball. It bends into the strike zone for strike 2. This is must-see stuff from Giovanni Conti. Sit back and relax here. No balls and 2 strikes to Posse. It is sliced foul, first base side. Nice adjustment at the plate there by the Road Warrior third baseman, Andrew Posse. 3, 4, and 5 for the Road Warriors. Tough test for them against Giovanni Conti, who already has 8 strikeouts here in his first 7 innings of work, averaging at least a strikeout an inning. That's why he's in the back end of the bullpen for manager Kevin Murphy. Joe Muzio awaits on deck. His home run, the difference in the ball game on 0-2. That one crossed up the catcher Belle, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. We get a chance, we'll give you a look around the Futures League scoreboard and what's happening on this Thursday night. The 1-2 pitch. Ooh, that ran in and might have just caught a piece of the bat there. Posse. It was a backdoor pitch and almost caught him. Conti set at the belt, and his 1-2 pitch is in on his hands, bounced over to second. Irizarry on the run, his throw in time. Alex Irizarry with another defensive wizard type of play. Remember that one, the first out of the inning. Irizarry took away a base hit from Posse for the first out. Well, maybe second base is the place to be after all for Irizarry. Just his first appearance of the season at second, and it's been a brilliant one. backhanded it and threw it in the air. Was able to muscle up and make that fine play in the infield. It'll bring up the first baseman, Joe Muzio. And there's the first pitch called strike. Hear the oohs and the ahs. Road Warriors, this is a big ball game for them. They're right behind the Sea Unicorns. Norwich 7-3, and this is just game number 6 of the season for the Road Warriors, who play a condensed schedule, only play on the road, hence their name, Road Warriors, playing for the Pittsfield Sun, who were deemed ineligible to play because of the regimen of their ballpark. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes to the Road Warrior first baseman, Joe Muzio. He leads their team in batting average, over 420 so far this season. And there's ball 2. Oohs and the ahs of the crowd. They thought it caught the outside corner. The Silver Knights and the Worcester Bravehearts, their game was postponed to June 9th. The Westfield Starfire and New Britain Bees, their game was postponed to June 10th. And the count now moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Brockton Rocks had their game suspended due to rain. It's a 5-3 lead for the Rocks over the Lake Monsters. The game was going down at Centennial Field. The 2-2 pitch from Conti misses wildly outside, and the count moves to 3-2. Norwich back in action tomorrow against the Worcester Bravehearts at Filton Field. The full count pitch is lifted high into the sky in right field. And moving over to make the play out there is Brennan Hyde for out number 2. Right along the outfield chalk line, it was Hyde who had a range from his right to his left to make that out. And it will bring up the shortstop, Rowan Massey. There's the pitch fouled back to the screen. And Conti ahead, no balls and 1 strike. He's looking to work a scoreless 8th inning here. Norwich has 6 outs to play with when they come back up in the bottom of the 8th, trailing by a run. Conti set at the belt. No balls in, 1 strike. His offering in there, strike 2, right down the Route 1 expressway. There's that fastball. It's been talked so highly about. Conti has electric stuff, and he's been bringing it here tonight in a big spot in the ball game against the Road Warriors. Well ahead here, 0-2. It is taken downstairs. Missed in the dirt, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. On 1-2, that one is cut on and missed, strike 3. Giovanni Conti dials up the fastball once again. How are you? Strike 3 in the inning is over. It's the second strikeout of the outing, third of the outing for Conti. Headed to the bottom of the 8th, Norwich looking to at least tie it here. You're watching Sea Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and live on YouTube on SN Radio. bottom of the 8th inning, Alex Irizarry will lead it off for the Unicorns. Looking to help Norwich come back in the ball game, trailing by a run. And the first offering to Irizarry. That one is called a strike. The 0-1 pitch. That one is called a strike as well. Irizarry can't believe it. Sidearm submarine look from the reliever, Dominic Monaco, rising sophomore out of Worcester Polytechnic. Monaco has his sign, and the 0-2 pitch is cut on and missed. Tough at bat there for Irizarry, who I think might have got a piece of it. So the at-bat's going to continue. It looked like he was headed back to the dugout, but it's still strike two. Trying to really get a gauge on this release point from Monaco. Comes out from the side. The 0-2 pitch, crushed foul. That one was a towering blast, but hooked well foul down the first baseline. If that one stayed fair, it had trouble written all over it. Irizarry just starting to get his timing down now on Monaco. Still a 2-strike count. Monaco ready at the belt on 0-2. That one misses badly outside, and the count moves to 1-2. The Road Warriors so far 2 runs on 6 hits. They've made an error. And the Unicorns have mustered just 1 run on 5 hits. Looking for the late inning magic. The 1-2 pitch from Monaco. That one is over the head and the reach there of Posey into, Pappas into right field, and Alex Irizarry, who was behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, able to battle back, and Norwich has themselves a leadoff base runner. So it'll bring up the right fielder, Brennan Hyde. And out comes manager Brennan Morrissey. He's going to have a discussion with his pitcher, Dominic Monaco. This is the top of the order for Norwich, who can certainly supply all kinds of danger. Stolen base threat already on base for the Unicorns. That is Alex Irizarry. This Norwich team runs extremely well, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the line for Monaco. New pitcher in the ball game for the Road Warriors. We'll meet him when we come back. Norwich looking to threaten as they battle back here. Trailing by a run, you're watching coverage of Norwich Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and live on YouTube on SN Radio. should play the broadcast intro again.
Is it like this on
We should run it back.
What's that?
A little intro video. No, we might as well.
At the end, yeah. At the very end, we can.
You ready?
Yeah, you're flat. 3, 2.
Norwich looking to battle back and try and make some noise. Top of the order still due up for the Unicorns. It was a leadoff base hit off the bat of Alex Irizarry. New pitcher in the ball game for the Road Warriors. They hand it over to right-handed reliever Chase Carey. Rising senior out of UMass Dartmouth, Colchester, Vermont native. Is going to get the baseball from manager Brendan Morrissey. Hyde already tonight has made some of the action happen for the Unicorns. He is 2 for 2 and has drawn a walk. He has been troublesome for the Road Warrior pitching staff. Tense environment at Dodd Stadium in the late innings. Norwich with their 6th hit of the ball game. Both teams now have 6 hits in the game tonight. Not much separation except for the lone run standing between the Road Warriors and Norwich. There's strike one. Pumped into the zone by Carey. Everyone up on the top step of the dugout for the Norwich Unicorns. Waiting with anticipation here, looking for their bats to come alive. No balls in, 1 strike to the batter Hyde. The 0-1 pitch cut on and missed, strike 2. Nice movement there on the pitch. And the count moves to 0-2. Irizarry taking his lead. It's a minimal lead right now. Always a threat to try and steal a base is this Norwich team. See what they do on 0-2. Irizarry bouncing around over there. The pitch to Hyde misses upstairs, and the count moves to 1-2. Carey looking over there at Irizarry, set at the belt now. On 1-2, there's a fly ball lifted towards left field. It's falling in a hurry. It's a foul ball. It's a good effort there by Brennan Hyde trying to land at least a base hit down that left field line. Had Byrne running a long way. He's playing well off the lines there. It would have potentially been extra bases. Irizarry runs well, so does Hyde. Count still remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Norwich right fielder. Carey ready, and the 1-2 pitch. That one slashed back foul and out of play. Here's a nice play made by a fan off the ricochet of the luxury suite deck back down. He gets a nice round of applause. Getting we're not in banana ball land. That would have been an out. Hyde waiting patiently. Slow cadence on the mound right now from Carey, and there is ball 2. That one misses downstairs and outside, and the count is run even. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Irizarry is at first. He began the inning with a base hit. And that was the end of the line for Monaco, and now Carey's going to step off the rubber. He wants to try and keep this lead close. More banter between the dugouts. Tension still rising here in the late innings. Count is even. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes to the batter Brennan Hyde. On 2-2, there's a pitch fouled back. Out of play. We'll do it again. Ryan Grace awaits on deck. He's looking to try and do some damage when he comes up. Norwich looking to really apply some pressure here to the back end of this Road Warrior bullpen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a check over there on the runner, Alex Irizarry. Everyone's still up on that top step, top row of the dugout for the Norwich Unicorns, waiting with bated breath. Pitch by pitch we go to Brennan Hyde. Here comes number 8 in the battle between Hyde and Carey. The 2-2 pitch taken outside, just missed. And the count is run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nice full count worked by Hyde. He's the number 3 hitter in the batting order. The full count pitch on its way, fouled back and out of play. We're going to need a 10th pitch here in this battle. This is what you want. Still nobody out in the inning. Norwich is trying to really put a toll on the arms of the Road Warrior bullpen. It's a big ask right now against the top of the order for Norwich, who can make all kinds of danger happen. The runner is going. Irizarry, there's a pop-up. That's going to hang out over at second. Pappas is going to make the play on it, and Irizarry will return to first. There's the big first out in the inning for the Road Warriors. It will bring up Ryan Grace, who's going to try and help this comeback effort for the Sea Unicorns. It's the cleanup hitter, Ryan Grace, for Norwich. Irizarry still stands at first. He runs well. Carey looking in, the runner, Irizarry is going. There's a pitch fouled back. Irizarry had a real nice jump. He would have made it in there safely, probably without even a throw down. He had a nice extended secondary lead. Irizarry at first. Grace at the plate, no balls and 1 strike. Carey's had to work hard. 11 pitch at bat to the first batter he saw. There's the pitch to Grace. That one taken inside for ball 1, and the count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here he gives a look over there to Irizarry, who's at first. 1 ball and 1 strike, and he's going to check over there on the runner at first. Road Warriors back in action tomorrow. Excuse me, on Saturday. Day off tomorrow. Then they will play Worcester over at Felton Field. 1-1 offering to Grace. This is down and in, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Carey, this is his 4th appearance of the summer. The 2-1 pitch, in on the hands, held back in, out of play, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Grace, who struck out in his last plate appearance. He is 1 for 3 so far in the ball game. Looking to protect with 2 strikes is Grace. Carey, an ERA right at 0. He's not allowed any runs in his first 4 2/3 innings worked this summer. Count even, 2-2. The pitch to Grace turned on, knocked foul. Look out over there by the Norwich dugout. But everyone brushed back there. Friendly fire off the bat of Ryan Grace, and the count is still even. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big spot in the ball game. Norwich trying to put the pressure on here. Count even on 2-2. That one is barreled up foul down the first baseline. Not a play. Another battle mounting here between Grace and Carey. Carey looking in for the sign from his catcher, Fitzgibbons. He's been taking his time in between pitches, trying to really slow down the tempo of this game. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Grace. The offering on its way. Knocked foul right by the Norwich dugout, out of play. Here he's going to take a quick walk around the mound here and try and gather himself. Toes the rubber once again. And then Grace in a battle. Already had a long at bat with Brennan Hyde. Another long one starting to brew here with Ryan Grace. In an even count, it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carey ready, the 2-2 pitch. That one is hammered deep to right field. Out by the wall. It is off the wall. Extra bases on the way for Grace. The green light ahead for Irizarry. He will score. Standing, it's a RBI triple. Off the right field wall, a towering shot off the bat of Ryan Grace. It's all tied up in Norwich. It's 2-2. Well, the saving grace is struck again. And this place is rocking. Ryan Grace off the right field wall. Home run distance just about 3 or 4 feet shy from clearing that right field wall. That's where he hit his first one of the summer. Norwich has the go-ahead run at third. Grace represents the go-ahead marker. And the batter now is Christian Stratus. This game is tightened up in a heartbeat. It was a 2-2 pitch that caught a little too much of the plate, and Ryan Grace covered all of it. These two teams have been into it all night long. All tied again here in the 8th. And there is ball 1, up and in to Stratus on the off-speed pitch. Norwich now a pair of runs on 7 hits. A big shot there by Ryan Grace. And a pitch right in his sweet spot. Was able to cover it. 1-0 to Stratus, and the count's going to move to 2 balls and no strikes. Momentum in this ball game has shifted yet again back to the hosts, the Unicorns. It all started with Alex Irizarry, who began the inning with the base hit. And it was the Road Warriors who made a call to the bullpen. There is strike 1. Catches the inside corner. Fitzgibbons was set up outside, had to move his gloves back inside to handle it. And the count is 2-1. Infield is in for the Road Warriors. Looking to prevent this go-ahead run from trying to cross the plate. The pitch to Stratus. That one crushed through into left field. Norwich is taking the lead on an RBI base hit. And now it's Stratus looking to get to second. Diving in head first. He is out. Norwich is taking the lead thanks to Christian Stratus with an RBI base hit into left field. It was a rocket off the bat. No real chance for the third baseman, Posey, to try and react to it. It was hammered his way, and he was already playing in at the corner. A.J. Soldra will pinch hit for Antonio Ducatelli. Soldra last game had an RBI triple for the Sea Unicorns in what was a monster day for Norwich offensively. It was his first hit of the summer, his first RBI of the summer. A.J. Soldra, the pinch hitter. Norwich is now taking the lead in the 8th. Thanks to Grace, who had the game-tying RBI triple. He later comes in to score. Thanks to Christian Stratus, a hero once again tonight. This middle of the order, so dangerous for Norwich, has struck once again in the late innings. There's a pitch pounded into the outside corner, and the count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield back to standard depth for the Road Warriors. On 1-1, there is strike 2. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Carey had not yet had allowed a run through his first 4 2/3, and has been touched up here. Allowed his first run of the summer, thanks to a Christian Stratus RBI hit, who was gunned down over there at second, trying to leg out a double, trying to extend his single into a double. Unfortunately, didn't go his way, but Norwich got the job done. Soldier is going to watch strike three. Locked him up on the inside corner, and the inning will end. But not before Norwich has come back to take the lead. It's a 3-2 Norwich lead headed to the ninth. You're watching Futures League Baseball streaming live on the FCBL Network and live on YouTube on SN Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, defensive changes for the Sea Unicorns. Moving from shortstop to third base, Anthony Serrato. Moving from second base to shortstop, Alex Irizarry. Entering the game to play second base, number 1, Nick Storino. And remaining in the game and playing left field, number 21, AJ Solbra. Leading off the top of the ninth inning for the Road Warriors.
Some changes here for Norwich in this ball game defensively. The new shortstop is Alex Irizarry. He moves from second to short. Nick Storino enters the ball game. He's at second base. And AJ Soldier will remain in the game in left field for Antonio Ducatelli. Giovanni Conti pumps in strike two. He is well ahead, no balls, and 2 strikes. Everyone in that Norwich dugout still on that top step. Norwich has come through with 2 clutch hits and runs in that inning. 3 hits, but 2 immense hits for this offense. Started there by Ryan Grace. Huge triple off the right field wall. Got this game even. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That will punch out Tommy Goonan for the first out in the inning. It's the 4th strikeout of the night for Giovanni Conti. He's looking to record the final couple of outs in this ball game. It'll bring up the catcher, Jake Fitzgibbons. Christian Stratus, his RBI base hit, gave Norwich the lead in the bottom of the 8th. There's a check swing, ground ball rolled to third. Stratus fields it and his rocket of a throw across the diamond just in the nick of time. It's out number 2. And it's the Road Warriors down to their final out in the ball game. Conti looking to try and steer this one home into the garage in what has been a comeback effort here tonight. Never say die attitude from this Norwich team. Was able to hang in this ball game. After Muzio took the lead for the Road Warriors with the 2-run home run, there's a first pitch strike. Cut and a miss there by Finnegan for strike 1. Finnegan, the last hope here for the Road Warriors. Conti at the belt is 0-1 pitch in there for strike 2. And the Road Warriors down to their final strike in the ball game. Crowd making some noise. The 0-2 pitch just missed downstairs. Conti's been going to his fastball here. He's got a good one. Trying to really utilize it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Finnegan with 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. There's a reaching little pop fly in the infield, and guess who? Ryan Grace to make the final out in the ball game. Say goodnight to the Road Warriors. Norwich comes back and wins the ball game by a final score of 3-2. It's the 8th win of the season for Norwich. They improved to 8-3 through their first 11. And are now in the top spot in the Future League standings. 3 straight wins for Norwich. The winning pitcher is Giovanni Conti. He locks down the fort here tonight. 3 1/3 innings pitched. 4 strikeouts in the ball game. Just allowed the 1 hit. But Norwich comes back and wins it. 3 runs on 8 hits. They made 1 error. And 2 runs on 6 hits. 1 error for the Road Warriors. The losing pitcher here today is Chase Carey. Norwich with the come-from-behind win. Stick with us for the post-game interview here at Dodd Stadium. We'll be back just a couple moments.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you and good night.
Be intentional with the camera.
fans come from behind against the Road Warriors. They finals 3-2. I'm Adam Plager, the player of the game. Ryan Grace. There's the saving grace. Big game-tying double. Big game-tying double today, but let's just start by talking about the energy in this ballpark all game long.
Yeah, it was great. We had a bunch of this group, and they were great, loud. It was great.
Oh, let's go to that at bat. A big spot in the game. You knew you were Zari on first. Lots of speed. What did you see in that plate appearance?
I was trying to hit it hard, and I swung on a ball with my head. My last at bat struck out, but I did again, and I actually hit it this time, so it was good.
Certainly did some damage with it. The pitching really dominant once again. Teo Spadaccini, really nice start from him. What was it like getting to play behind him?
It's awesome. I don't have to do much. I just sit there, and if the ball gets hit to me, then I'll get him. But he didn't have much in play. He was dominant all game. Good to see.
Giovanni Conti closes this one out in dominating fashion. Such electric stuff from him. How do you guys look to just keep this going as you go on the road tomorrow?
No, looking forward to it. Got to keep the good times rolling and try to hit it hard every at bat. So that's all we can ask for. And pitchers were doing great all year, and just keep throwing strikes. All we got to do.
Norwich fans, that's Ryan Grace, the saving grace. The Unicorns win it tonight by a 5 score of 3-2. Thank you.